the thought,
Right.
but it's the emotions that's attached to that thought. So what had happened, he said, I didn't attract the car accident.
Right.
We said, well, yes, you did. It's like, well, how are you going to say something like that? It's easy. What were you talking about or discussing about previously a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago? And it was, well, I don't know. All right, when you had the car accident, how were you feeling at that moment in time? I was frustrated. All right, so where else were you frustrated previously?
Right.
And it suddenly dawned on him, oh, he'd been discussing something with someone and he felt total frustration. So the universe says, oh, you're frustrated. I'll bring you more reason to feel frustrated because that's what you're feeling right now. So all you can ever attract is more frustration.
All right. So what you're saying really, Jack, is really the feeling.
The feeling.
Is the feeling.
Feeling the emotion.
The feeling the emotion. And that attracts that to you. Yeah, okay, I get it.
So you watch.
You get it.
You watch from now on. Everybody watch from now on how they feel at that particular time. And then something else will come along. That particular, whether you consider it to be good or bad, it makes no difference. That same feeling, you'll attract the same feeling. I'll give you something really basic. I put a salad in the fridge, put the saucer over the top because it was that sort of a shape. And as I put it in the fridge, I was thinking, okay, my son will open the fridge and it will fly out. So no, put it just a little bit more that way. And I thought, what are you thinking? All right, everything will be fine. Shut the door. The next morning, open the fridge, it flies straight out.
Yeah.
Straight across the floor and shatters. And I just look. Before I knew all this, I would have been, and in, that usual, and I've got to clean up. I looked and I laughed because I knew previously, the night before, I had that thought. And I quickly formed a picture of it coming out across the floor and flying across the floor and shattering.
Okay.
So that was all my responsibility. And the minute we take responsibility for our thoughts and our feelings, we then control partly our future.
That's I understand it now. I understand it. In fact, Margot, we have to call you the scholar when it comes to thing about looking at the secret and laws of attraction and stuff. Then so could we definitely like to go into that in the future time to in more depth. I want to this ties in thing about NLP. Because I don't think I've interviewed anybody except for one person, Michael Mellows, about NLP. And most people want to know what is the damn Douglas talk about NLP. I'm coming about Tottenham Barbershop, talk about NLP and all them sort of that. But see the breakdown what is NLP to us.
NLP is the way we communicate to each other, and it's a set of tools that we use to change our mindset, to actually change the strategies that we do. We have a strategy, or we might say a strategy is a recipe for what you think and what you're doing. So you may have a strategy for going to work but never on time. So we break that down. We go to how what you do in the morning, yes, and what do you do next? Oh, well, I'll do this, and when you look at the time, oh, I see I've got plenty of time, so I'll just fit some more things in. Okay, so you'll fit more things in. That's interesting. So you've got a recipe from getting up in the morning, you do breakfast, you look at the time, oh, I've got more time to do more things in here, I can fit more time to do things in. Before you know it, you're rushing to get to work because you're late. You've got your own little recipe going of how you get out that door and how you get to work late. We then install ideas as to how you can get yourself in on time. I look at the clock and I see that it's 5 to 8. I now have plenty of time. And it's changing the way that you make up your day, thinking, well, I've got more time to do. No, you don't. I know that you don't when you tell me that, but it's giving you a tool to then turn around and say, well, I can get out on time. So I look at the time and I see I've got plenty of time to do, so I'll do my hair. I look at the time and I feel great that I've got enough time to get myself out. So it's changing the strategy for putting more things, fitting more things in. So if you're saying, so what is the purpose of being late. Well, there isn't really a purpose for being late. So what would you prefer to do? It's always what would you prefer to do.
Okay then.
So what would you prefer to do?
Okay. So it's really about analysing. We say sort of about.
It's using the tools and strategy, installing strategies, new strategies in someone.
Okay. So basically turn it upside down.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
So if someone's got, they come in and they see someone's face, that's an anchor. You see someone's face and you see that they're miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're saying you look at their face and it triggers the fact that they're miserable, so of course you think that they're miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So what you would do with that person, well, when you come in, what would you rather see? I'd rather think of something else. So you'd rather think of something else because you've now created that anchor. You look at somebody and you automatically see them as being miserable. Then you think, oh, they're miserable, but they're not. It's your anchor that you've got. So we have to change that thought.
Okay.
So you come in and instantaneously, I see them and I think, oh, they look great.
So how would you? I mean, someone who's comes late to work, right? Would you say to her, how does that make you feel when you come too late? And it could also be that, but it's all right. So you're late for work. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what would you rather do? Oh, rather be on time. So what's the purpose of being late? And then it's fine tuning the questioning. So it's a case of finding out the purpose. It gets more done. Okay. So and you'd say something like, listen to me very carefully. Going to work late isn't necessarily getting anything done, is it?
Right.
And then come to work and getting more done. And you have to word it in such a way that it drops a suggestion into the mind and it scrambles you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Margot, we are talking. You're an operator upon people's mind. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Still learning. It's still learning.
But try to get as much information out of you, man, because you're definitely yeah. I just want to move on, right? Because this ties in your thing about the workshop. Well, that's when I first met you, right? T. Harvey.
T. Harv Ecker.
Yeah. But he wasn't there. He wasn't there though.
No, he wasn't there at the time.
Somebody else.
Another
trainer was doing it, right? And to me, I find it very inspiring, very uplifting. But mind you, right, a lot of stuff, what was said, I learned from Sandra Hurst. Seriously, I learned from Sandra Hurst, by being with her, interviewing her and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So some stuff was really new, right? But hearing it on a bigger scale and doing the workshop and the going to prove everything, I find it very, very inspiring. But I mean, I want to get your perspective and how do you find that?
It's the way you feel with money, your relationship with money. When people think about money, you're growing up, a lot of it, put it this way, how we develop as people is called the imprint patterning from sort of 0 to 7 years old. So whatever happened while you were growing up, you were modelling on peers, your mother, your father, sisters, other people around you. So if they've had a struggle with money, chances are that you take on that mindset and struggle with money. I think you remember one of the trainers has said that he was given some money and said, go to the shop. So off he went to the shop. Do not lose the money.
Yeah, so that kind of premise behind it.
Okay.
Yes.
The thing that we have to also learn with law of attraction is when someone says do not, whatever then follows after that, you will then focus on the whatever they said not to do. So do not lose the money, which meant that he was focusing on not losing the money. So obviously he was going to lose the money. So he didn't know how, but somehow as he got to the shop, he lost the money. So that then is an anchor for him. He can always get hold of money, he can make the money, but he could never hold on to it or save it. And it's that episode that happened to him growing up as a child